What's up with y'all? Back again with another one. You're watching 10 Funniest UFC Staredowns caught on live TV. I saw like the image on there, like the preview image, and there was two girls. Anyways, y'all ready? Let's go.
You guys want to win a $50 Amazon gift card?
No.
All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to enter our giveaway. While the official weigh-ins for a UFC contest now take place hours before the Friday evening ceremonial event gets underway, the final stare-down between two competing athletes is always guaranteed to be an entertaining watch. At this point, fan anticipation levels are at their peak, and oftentimes, you can watch as the slowly building tension starts to bubble over as the two fighters take one last look at each other before their inevitable meeting the following night. And while there's been plenty of emotional outbursts and downright disgusting stare-downs, there's also been a good few goofs in between them. Here's 10 of the funniest UFC stare-down moments. Number 10, Mr. Wonderful making light of the situation. The original clash between the former light heavyweight contender Phil Davis and Wagner Prado back in 2012 ended in a rather unfortunate fashion after outstretched finger from Mr. Wonderful connected to the eye of his opponent. Of course, these things are bound to happen on occasion in mixed martial arts, but when the fight was eventually rescheduled for UFC 153 later that year, there was the feeling that these two had unfinished business. Davis, being the natural showman, poked fun at himself by staring down his adversary while holding out his hand, fingers flared. Prado seemed to take the joke quite well, welcoming the humor while maintaining a respectful attitude toward Davis. The fight itself would end in favor of the American as he finished Wagner with a second round Anaconda Vice, putting to bed their short-lived rivalry with an emphatic statement victory. Number 9, you won't like me when I'm angry. Ian Cutelaba is a physically imposing man. As a fringe contender within the 205 division, the aptly nicknamed Hulk managed to live up to his billing upon being booked to take on Jaron Cannonler back in 2016, donning the iconic blue shorts and full green body paint in order to truly embody his superhero namesake. Walking onto the stage head to toe in eye-catching green, the Hulkster got more than a few laughs from those in attendance, even if his opponent Killa Gorilla remained stone-faced throughout. In the end, Cutelaba wouldn't be able to deliver the good, losing out by way of unanimous decision in a fight of the night winning effort that stood as his second loss in 3 fights inside the octagon.
Why would you come there painted green?
For those of you who watched the 14th season of The Ultimate Fighter, you will know exactly how charismatic the show's eventual winner, John Dodson, can be. As one of his era's best fighters to never win a championship, the magician's speed and dynamism continues to make him a handful for any fighter who ends up inside the octagon opposite his side. Outside of the cage, one of Dodson's most memorable moments came after he decided to take a selfie with one of the onstage octagon girls before stepping up to face off against his opponent. In the end, turned out to be a good omen for the former flyweight title challenger as he stepped up the following night and knocked out his opponent Daryl Montague in the very first round, his quickest finish at the flyweight up to that point.
So the selfie helped him. Okay. Let's go!
Number 7, a disparity in size. No matter who you are, fighting a man of Stefan Struve's size is always going to be a tricky proposition. For the former kickboxer Pat Barry, who stands at 5'11", a matchup with a literal windowless skyscraper left him on the undesirable side of one of the biggest height disparities in all of MMA. Never one to be dismayed, Barry attempted the even playing field by standing on the weighted scales during their face-off, a move that still left him a good few feet shorter than the 7-foot-tall Dutchman. Maybe not feet, but he was noticeably shorter. After finally stepping down and squaring up to his opponent, the sheer size of Struve became so apparent to both Barry and all of us watching at home. Towering over his opponent in what was a memorable stare-down, Struve's dominance in the face-off ended up foreshadowing the fight itself, and the long, lanky kickboxer managing to take home a second-round submission, the biggest win of his career at that point in time.
So he won. The tall guy won.
Number 6, Tom Lawler's notorious moment. They say imitation is a form of flattery in the highest and sincerest of varieties, and in the case of the fan favorite Filthy Tom Lawyer, paying homage to the then featherweight champion Conor McGregor earned him his fair share of well-deserved headlines.
Where's Conor
Taking
McGregor
to the stage dressed up in the Irishman's
iconic
top-notch chest tattoo, Lawler roared at the crowd in attendance before staring his opponent. Before staring at his opponent, Corey Anderson, from McGregor's karate stance. Even Conor himself was forced to appreciate Lawler's tribute, giving the gag his seal of approval shortly thereafter. The following night, however, despite his pre-fight antics, Tom would be unable to get the better of the future top 5 contender Anderson, losing the bout on all 3 judges' scorecards when all was said.
That's messed up.
That's good. He had like my tattoos on him, like stuck on him in like stickers or something. Tom Lawler.
Number 5, why so serious? Mind games are commonplace in the world of combative sports. If you unsettle your opponent, you get in their headspace even just a little bit before a cage closes the door, you never know how your actions will play on their mind once the punches start throwing. In the case of lightweight Marcus Perez, his execution of these pre-fight tactics didn't exactly end with the result he may have been hoping for, but hey, we have to give him an A for the effort. Stepping onto the stage with his face painted in the iconic...
I hope he better have won, because...
Perez proceeded to repeat the famous line at his opponent while staring him down, and while you might think that this move may have been a good omen for his chances in the fight, Perez ended up on the losing side of a unanimous decision defeat when the action finally went away.
So serious.
Number 4, a disturbance in the force. This one was simple, effective, and undeniably hilarious. Lightweights Jim Allers and Cole Miller carved out a unique place in MMA history for themselves as they engaged in a brief but hilarious lightsaber duel before facing off against each other back in 2015. Both guys seemed to be on good terms ahead of the fight, and as soon as Jim produced a pair of lightsabers, the duo had a quick back and forth with the blades before putting them to one side. In the end, the force was with neither of them. One Saturday night came around as the bout came to an unfortunate end due to an eye poke that left Miller unable to continue the fight, which now stands as a no contest on their records and has never been run back.
No contest.
Number 3, Big Country pretties himself up. Roy Nelson is a man who does not take himself very seriously. One of the most fearsome knockout artists in history of the heavyweight division. Everything about Big Country is pretty memorable, from punching power to trademark belly and mullet. But when Nelson was set to face off against the former divisional champion Frank Mir at UFC 130, it came as a surprise to some to see the brawler walk out with his hair in pig ties tied up in pink and green ribbons.
I remember that.
It was certainly a move that caught a lot of fans off guard, even with Nelson's reputation as a fun and unpredictable figure with
How did he get up there?
In the end, Mir did enough to take home the victory on the judges' scorecards, but even still, Nelson's stock as a fan favorite remained as strong as ever. Number 2, Tito's not-so-subtle jab. Anyone who has followed mixed martial arts over the years will be well aware of the long-lasting feud that's existed between the former friends and teammates Dana White and Tito Ortiz. White, who once served as Ortiz's coach, left that position upon taking the role of president of the UFC, and since then, things have gone from bad to badder to for the pair. One of the more memorable jabs exchanged between these guys came in the form of the Huntington Beach Bad Boys decision to wear a t-shirt displaying the words, "Dana is my bitch," during a weigh-in ahead of his 2008 clash with Lyoto Machida. Even today, over a decade later, both Dana and Tito rarely have anything less than venomous words for one another.
Damn, Dana was so young.
That the relationship is beyond the point of possible repair. And number 1, if Sambo was easy. Khabib is Of course, one of the biggest international superstars in the sport of mixed martial arts today, commanding legions of fans from every corner of the globe. But back in 2013, in his early days within the UFC, Khabib was not yet a well-known product, outside of MMA's most devoted fans, of course. Upon being booked to face off against Thiago Tavares in Brazil, the Eagle decided to take a jab or two at both his opponents in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a whole. Wearing a t-shirt adorned with the words, "If Sambo was easy, it would be
like
called Jiu-Jitsu."
Paulo right now.
Yikes. In the end, his actions were validated to some extent with the dominant first-round KO finish of Tavares, one that brought his professional record to 19-0. It was a hugely impressive performance and statement for the man, one that would stand as one of his first clues of how seemingly limitless his potential is.
Yeah, it looks a lot bigger than that.
And those are 10 of the funniest UFC stared.
UFC stuff is usually pretty cool. I like UFC stuff. I like fighting stuff. Y'all want me to do any videos relating to this type of topic? Just comment in the section below. If you have not subscribed yet, you know you need to do that, man. Anyways, I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all stay safe out there.